Hi everyone, today I won't be reading a story like I normally do, because today I will be reading an article about Lunar New Year. Lunar New Year, 2023. Why is this both the year of the rabbit and the cat? While celebrations of the Lunar New Year can be traced back in Chinese history, as early as the period of legendary Chinese ruler Emperor Yao, 2356 to 2255 BC. This annual festival is now marked by more than a quarter of the world's population from different cultural backgrounds. Lunar New Year is a time to farewell the past year and welcome in the new. It is also a time for family to get together and celebrate the arrival of spring in the Northern Hemisphere. Thus, it is also known as the Spring Festival. And although different cultures share the same New Year's Day, people around the world mark the occasion very differently with distinctive traditional practices. Scaring off evil spirits with a bang. The Chinese mark the festival with red decorations and greeting phrases written on red paper called Fai Chen. They also set off firecrackers and fireworks, perform dragon and lion dances, hit gongs, and beat drums to symbolize driving away evil spirits, particularly the beast Nian. Chinese mythology says that Nian would come out of its hiding place at the beginning of the new year to feast on both people and animals. It is said that Nian was sensitive to loud noises and fire, and it was fearful of the color red. In China, people from different regions of the country celebrate Lunar New Year with distinct traditional foods. In northern China, families get together and eat dumplings to celebrate the new year, while in the south, people mark the occasions with rice cakes, deep-fried dumplings, snacks, and sweets, such as candied lotus seeds. Chinese families gather round on New Year's Eve and enjoy a reunion dinner, giving thanks for the blessings they received in the past year. In southern China, dishes include chicken, fish, and meat. And in the northern regions, dumplings and hot pot are common for reunion dinners. Hot pot, ginger duck stew, and wine-cooked chicken soup, which symbolize reunion, are traditional dishes for families in Taiwan. Their other New Year customs include numerous religious rituals and cultural etiquette. During Lunar New Year celebrations, Chinese people put on red or other brightly colored clothing, referencing the Nian mythology. Some will even put on new clothes from top to bottom to symbolize welcoming the new year with a fresh start. Older generations will offer monetary gifts sealed in red envelopes, called red packets or lucky money, to descendants. In return, traditional etiquette and customs require younger generations to wish their elders a year of happiness, good health, and fortune. Not everything is red in color. Celebrations of the New Year by Koreans can be traced back to the Chinese historical literature Book of Sui and the Old Book of Tang from the 7th century. As for local Korean historical works, the Lunar New Year celebration was first recorded in the Memorabilia of the Three Kingdoms, written in the 13th century, when the annual festival was considered one of 9 major Korean traditional celebrations in the year. Unlike many other ethnic communities celebrating the Lunar New Year, the color red does not hold the same significance in Korean culture and is not said to be able to ward off evil spirits or bring good fortune. Thus, people celebrating Lunar New Year in Korea wear clothes of all kinds of colors. On the first day of the Lunar New Year, called Soila, people are expected to be cautious in both words and deeds, and wear traditional Korean hanbok to avoid bad luck. It is a customary practice as well to visit the ancestral hall or the shrine at home to worship their ancestors, which is a very formal and strictly conducted ceremony. In addition to sacrificial and worship rituals, the Koreans perform a traditional deep bow called sebi. The younger generation will pay their respects to senior family members and wish them good luck and a fruitful and prosperous year ahead, in the order of seniority, starting from the eldest in the family. In return, children receive a gift of money in an envelope. Envelopes can be in any color, as Koreans do not find the color red lucky. Tteokguk, or sliced rice cake soup, is a traditional Korean dish eaten during Lunar New Year celebrations and is considered the most representational dish for Koreans at this time. It consists of broth and thinly sliced rice cakes. The white, circular rice cake slices signify good health and prosperity. Apart from the sliced rice cake soup, Koreans also indulge in yakgwa, a wheat-based confection made with honey, rice wine, sesame oil, and ginger juice, as well as gangjeong, also a traditional confection made from glutinous rice flour and honey. Like other cultures, Koreans also gather as a family on New Year's Eve for a reunion dinner. Traditional dishes include a gukbap, or 5-grain rice, as well as tteok, meaning Korean rice cakes, and mandu, which are Korean dumplings. Is 2023 the year of the rabbit or the cat? According to the 12 zodiac signs in Vietnamese culture, 2023 is the year of the cat rather than the rabbit. The first day of the Lunar New Year is called Tết Nguyên Đán. Ancient legend has it that all animals were invited to compete in a race across a river to determine the order of the zodiac. The sneaky rat tricked the cat, so the cat could not make it to the finishing line. However, Vietnamese legend goes a little differently. While the cat was tricked, it still managed to find its way across the river, replacing the rabbit to become one of the 12 animals. The actual reason behind the difference is, however, unverifiable. One theory is that when the Chinese zodiac signs were introduced to Vietnam, it caused some confusion, as the Vietnamese pronunciation of the word rabbit is similar to that of the word cat, making the cat one of the 12 zodiac animals. Another theory says that due to the warmer weather in Vietnam, rats were a serious pest issue troubling farmers. Since cats are the natural enemy of rats, Vietnamese farmers believed cats could bring prosperous harvest and good weather, and therefore replaced the rabbit with cat in their zodiac signs. Like the Chinese and Koreans, Vietnamese people also offer sacrifices to ancestors during Lunar New Year celebrations, particularly with a 5-fruit tray, mâm ngũ quả. It typically includes custard apple, fig, coconut, banyan fruit, and mango, which represent prosperity and endless fortune. After performing sacrificial offerings to the ancestors on New Year's Eve, on their way returning to their homes, the Vietnamese will pick a branch with green leaves that represents the receiving of the blessings bestowed by the gods and heaven and earth. By the gods of heaven and earth. When they get home, those branches will be placed in front of the shrine at home. When they get home, those branches will be placed in front of the shrine at home until the leaves wither. This ritual is known as Hai Lạc. On the night, Vietnamese families also gather for a reunion dinner. On the first day of the new year, all families are to offer sacrifices to their ancestors, as well as to worship the earth god, the kitchen god, and the patriarch of all arts. Sacrifices generally include rice dumplings, roasted fish, meat dumplings, roast meat, pickled scallions, beef, and other foods. After sacrificial offerings, the younger generation will greet their seniors, who offer them lucky money in red envelopes in return. One traditional Vietnamese dish for Lunar New Year is the bánh chưng, a square-shaped rice cake wrapped in banana leaves, usually filled with mung beans and pork. On the 15th day of the first lunar month, Vietnamese and Chinese people both celebrate the Lantern Festival. enjoying the full moon and solving riddles inscribed on lanterns. Thanks for listening. A happy Lunar New Year!